Okay, recording a bass line. So there's a lot of different choices you can use. You can go into autoplay, like I am, and okay, you can go and look at the different notes. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. And so you want to just find something that you think sounds nice. Okay, I'm just going to do something simple like that. And it's just 4 notes. Okay, so I'm going to go into the tracks and I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to keep that the way it is. So, also the other thing is the length of the song. Now right now it's just 8 bars long. Okay, so don't go to add, but right now it's 8 bars, and I'm going to, you can go to automatic, but I just want to make it a certain length. So let's say I wanted it to be 32 bars. Okay, like that. Okay, so now it just automatically repeats over and over. Okay, so now I would like to add a beat to that. So I'm going to go back to instruments, and I'm going to go over to my drums. Let's look at the auto drums first. Okay, so I'm going to go with so right now this is more complex. Okay, and this is the least complex. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's see how that sounds. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. Okay, let's undo all that. All right, let's try putting in a... I'm also going to drag down the volume for this guy. Okay, so simple, and let's see how that sounds. Okay, so that doesn't sound too bad. So let's record that. Do Okay, I guess that's good enough. Let's go into the track. And, all right, so, no, we can't just stretch it. We have to actually tell it to loop. All right. Okay, now what I'm doing right now is I'm just playing with it with my voice a little bit. And I'm listening to it and I'm trying to make a melody up. Okay, now if I can, I'm going to see if I can find that on the keyboard. So you want to play with that, and I'm going to go and record the vocals. I might keep the vocals, I might get rid of them in favor of piano or whatever. Okay, but let me just go over to instruments, and okay, so I'm going to record, to do the vocal part, I'm going to end up recording a lot. And I'll keep some, I'll erase some, but it doesn't have to be perfect the first time, okay? So it's a matter of shaping it. Now, here's a problem. That metronome, and when you're recording vocals, the problem is the metronome is going to come in and the instruments are going to come in, they're going to get recorded on the track. So what you need to do is you need to get some earphones. Okay, so I've got one in one ear. Now you won't be able to hear the song now, so you just hear me making some howling and scary sounds. Okay, so I've got some terrible vocals in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and see if I can mimic that on the piano. Okay, so let's look at what that looks like in here. Now there's parts of this that I want to get rid of, so I'm just not going to keep that around. So let's... Okay, so I'm going to go to instruments again. I'm going to go to keyboards this time. Okay, I didn't realize it was just that simple. Okay, let's play it at the same time. Okay, so terrible all over, but just I got that little tiny part working, so I'm going to take that. So it's just near the end, you can see where it's all come together, so I'm just going to go to, and I'm just going to slice that. Click on that, split. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. And delete. Okay, let's see if this sounds good at the very beginning. Okay, because that repeats over and over again, so I'm just going to get the part that repeats. Yeah, I think we're going to have to slice that here. So split. Let's delete all that. Delete this. Let's try looping that. Oh no, terrible. Okay, let's undo that. Let's copy this, and we're going to paste it in. Okay, a little bit late. Okay, now let's put these together. Okay, so I have them both selected and join. All right, let's see how that sounds. Okay, so the problem is that little bit at the end. Here, let's undo that. And just delete that. Okay, that's a bit late. Okay, I just need to extend that a little bit. So I've extended that, and if I loop that, let's see if that sounds right, and if it doesn't, I have to shrink it a little bit. And a bit late. Okay, so let's undo that, and shrink it just a little bit. Yeah, let's zoom in here. It still might be a bit late. Now there's some other parts in that vocal I'd like to catch on the piano. So I'm going to go back and just keep doing that. paste. All right, good enough. Let's see how that sounds all together. Let's go back to the beginning. And let's turn down that vocal. I mean, that can be nice background, or not nice background, but it can be background. Okay. All right, so that sounds okay so far. Now I might want to put on some lyrics right away.